So his name is Conrad Colman. He's a friend, and he's one of the best yacht men in the world. He's from New Zealand, but with dual nationality of New Zealand and America, but now based in France. We all know, we call him, Crazy Kiwi, and you will find out why.
My life goal of finishing the Vendée Globe without any carbon emissions and, well, as it turns out, without any mast, I've been doing a bunch of this. Welcome back to the Volvo Ocean Race. But working in a black box all day is not the best training for solo sailing, so this year I did a bunch of this.
There's no end.
But those light winds were not really good training for the Vendée Globe, which looks a little bit more like this. So with just 1 year before the start of the Vendée Globe, I'm going to have to get creative with my training because the race boat isn't ready yet, and well, this boat isn't getting me anywhere.
People often say that the Southern Ocean is like a washing machine. Is it really? Let's put that to the test. Wow, that was tricky. Almost like the Southern Ocean. I think we can still do better. Here we go! Well, that was good fun and actually felt a lot like the brutality of the Southern Ocean. So it turned out to be great training. Good thing too, because it's only 1 year until the start of the Vendée Globe. So the race to the race is on. Let's go.
Conrad Colman! Conrad!
Hello everybody, nice to see you all there. Great to be here with you today.
How are you? Where are you talking to us from?
I'm talking to you from Lorient in the west coast of France. Yuri, as you said in the beginning, I was born in New Zealand. I went to school in the United States. I went there for high school and also for university. And then I decided to come to France with one very, very clear goal in mind. And that was to participate in a completely crazy sailing event called the Vendée Globe. For those of you, I see that you're in lots of different countries all around Europe, but particularly in France, this is a very, very famous race. It's a race that starts in the west coast of France, where I live, and goes all the way around the world, down the Atlantic Ocean, down the South Atlantic Ocean, around Antarctica, and then all the way back up the Atlantic. And so it is a single-handed ocean race. So there's only one person on board, just me. And it is 45,000 kilometers all the way around the world and nonstop. We don't touch the land. If we wave goodbye to everybody in November and we come back in February. And it is the longest nonstop sporting event on the planet. In any sport, there is no event that is longer or indeed crazier than this one. And this is the story that I wanted to tell you. I grew up in New Zealand, listening to sailors on the nightly news, talking about their experiences of the Southern Ocean and of the camaraderie that they enjoyed with their teammates, the adventure that they had of being out on the wild ocean, and that started a little grain that eventually grew into this passion of mine. And I said that I went to university in America, and I had job opportunities to go and live a more or less a conventional life. And I decided that when I finished university, and I wanted to tack, I wanted to change direction, and come and do ocean racing as my life and as my passion. And so I have now completed 3 races around the world. I've won lots of ocean races, and I'm very proud to call myself a solo ocean racer. But to put a little bit of this in perspective, I've said it's the biggest, craziest, longest, most technically demanding event in the world, but not everybody is going to come and do this. There are less people that have finished this race than have been to space. And you don't need to go and necessarily become a sailor. We're here talking today with sailors because that is our passion, because sailing chose us, as Chambon said. But we want you to get involved in sports and to challenge yourself. And so the reason I chose Vendée Globe is because it was the biggest possible challenge that I could find on this planet Earth. But my Vendée Globe, it doesn't need to be your Vendée Globe. It could be anything that you want it to be, anything that is worthy of this challenge. Now, Seth Godin told us that we have an incredible challenge in front of us to help tackle climate change. And of course, this is a worthy goal. It's something that I do also in my ocean racing, but because I do not use any diesel, I use sails that can be recycled. I take every single step in the construction of my project to use as little fuel and energy as possible. But I would like to challenge you to choose a Vendée Globe, a project that is worthy of dedicating your life to, something that might be a tack, it might be a change of direction for you. As I said, I was in the United States. I moved to France. I learned French. I learned a whole new language, and right now you're in school and you can do that as well. But equally, what I wanted to come back to was something that Chambon said, and that is that he was making mistakes constantly during the course of his career, and yet he still ended up with an Olympic medal. And it's something that I have lived, that we have all lived, who are talking to you today, is this concept of making mistakes constantly, learning outside of school, and ultimately becoming completely dedicated to something that has given direction and purpose to our lives. And so what I would ask that you do is, first of all, you talk to a teacher and make sure that you do an open day on the boats this summer. The 69F are incredible boats to sail, and I hope that they can help open doors both to sailing and to sport. But also make sure that you're willing to invest in yourself personally. Go take a big challenge. The fact that that challenge is done in another country or done in another language or requires you to learn lots of new things should not be a barrier. It's something that I've managed to do, and lots of other people have done as well. And then remain open to inspiration, while also staying focused on your goal. For me, the Vendée Globe was this huge, big challenge that I had to dedicate my life to. But I always remained open to lots of other influences and lots of other ideas that made me stronger and gave me a better job of finishing this crazy race at the end. So ultimately, I think that this is an incredible event that has been put on for you. You have an incredible opportunity to participate in sailing and in other sports, and it's a great opportunity to use those inspirations to dedicate yourselves also to tackling both your footprints and also pushing other people to help make your impact bigger in the world. Such as collective action and reducing our carbon footprint.
Yeah, Conrad, you're an absolute legend of sailing. But I really want to ask you, like, how do you prepare a unique event like Vendée Globe?
It's a challenge of a lifetime, and it's so much bigger than just a sporting event or just a sailing event, because As I said, I'm out at sea for 2.5 months all by myself. And so I need to be a mechanic and a technician. I need to be able to fix and control all of the systems on board on board the boat. I need to be an endurance athlete. And so I do tens of thousands of kilometers of cycling and running and swimming during the course of each year. And then crucially, I need to be able to manage myself 24 hours a day for months on end. And to give you a concrete example of that, Yuri, and everybody else who's listening, when I am on board the boat, I never, ever, ever sleep for longer than 20 minutes at a time. So I hope that you all had a good night's sleep last night. Maybe that was 6 or 7 or 8 hours of uninterrupted sleep. I will never ever sleep like that when I'm sailing. I sleep for 20 minutes. I wake up. I look around. I make sure that everything is still okay, and then maybe I will sleep only 2, 3, or 4 hours during the course of a day.
Yes, and sorry. And in these 20 minutes, the boat's still going, right? Like, you can't stop.
Yeah, we don't take down the sails. We don't stop. It's not like when you're on a motorway and you can pull over to a service station and get a cup of coffee and fill up again. No, there's nobody out there. So yes, it's this incredible thing where you have to trust your machine. You have to trust yourself. And you go to sleep, and the boat, your whole house, is still screaming along over the ocean waves. It is absolutely incredible. So yes, the boat is still running full speed while we're sleeping.
Absolutely incredible, and wow, it's crazy to think about it. Like,
yeah.
And then, so let's talk about the Foresight natural energy and the energetic characteristics.
Yeah, so I had solar panels. I covered the boat in solar panels and the sails, and so I was able to run the autopilot, the computers, the satellite communication systems, all of the electrical systems on board the boat ran from solar panels, or with an electric motor that worked as a turbine under the water to charge the batteries. And in 2016, I was the first and thus far only person to sail all the way around the world without running a diesel engine to charge the batteries. And so I sailed for 3 months or 45,000 kilometers without burning any fossil fuels. And I'm still the only person to have done that. But little by little, the rest of my industry and the rest of the sailing world is catching up, and more people are adopting this technology, are adopting this practice of using innovative technology to make sure that we have the smallest imprint on the earth and on the oceans as possible.
Wow, fantastic! So, Conrad, thanks again for being here. To be here with us today, and we wish you the best. And so, what's the next? What do you have planned for the future? A little quick.
Sure. Well, I challenged you to find out what your Vendée Globe is, what your big challenge that could excite you for years to come. My Vendée Globe is the Vendée Globe. So I'm currently preparing for the next solo non-stop race around the world, which will be in 2024, so in a year and a half's time. And my goal is to eventually to win this race, but more importantly than just winning is to both participate but also demonstrate through force of will, through training, and through sport that we can achieve whatever we set our minds to.
Yeah, that's the best goal. So thanks, Conrad. Have a great day again, and I wish you the best.
Thank you very much. Enjoy, and make sure that you go sailing this summer. It's a great opportunity. You'll enjoy it. Thank you.